everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, everybody's talking about the big drug crisis here in the U.S. Literally, millions of Americans are getting addicted to opioids. That is, drugs derived from opium. And this epidemic has nothing to do with the drug cartels. The people who are responsible for this crisis are legitimate businessmen who run pharmaceutical companies like Johnson & Johnson, Roche, Merck, and other well-known and respectable brands. Now, pain management is difficult. There are illnesses and injuries that can cause extreme pain, and people do need relief. I know, because several years ago, about 6 months apart, I passed 2 kidney stones, and the pain from that was excruciating. And the only thing that would touch that pain was morphine. But in the case of a kidney stone, it was 1 dose, and then when the kidney stone passed, the pain was gone. I went back to my life. So there really wasn't much danger of addiction. But there are some people who have an injury or an illness that is going to cause pain for several weeks, or even months, or even chronic pain. And in those cases, what's happening right now is that opioid drugs are becoming the first thing doctors prescribe. And people are getting addicted to them. This is because the drug companies are marketing these drugs very aggressively, and in their marketing, they really minimize the risks of addiction. And so people are getting strung out on these drugs, and then when their prescription expires, they're still addicted, and they have to either get those same drugs on the black market, or they find drugs like heroin and morphine and take those. See, what's happened is that the first thing that the drug companies did was they very effectively lobbied Congress to relax enforcement and regulation of opioid drugs, so that they have become so common that you might have seen the commercials that they have on TV now, where they're even advertising these drugs. And of course there's that other commercial that you've seen that advertises a laxative specifically for opioid-caused constipation. So, first of all, what needs to happen is Congress needs to repeal the laws that they passed concerning opioid drugs. And the DEA needs to step up enforcement. And doctors need to stop using those drugs as a first option. They need to first prescribe non-opioid pain relievers, and only go to opioid pain relievers if the drugs are ineffective. And they also need to, at the same time that they begin prescribing those drugs, develop a plan with the patient to wean them off the drugs so that when they have to stop taking them, they are not addicted. And the pharmaceutical companies need to spend a little more time and money on research on non-addictive, non-opioid painkillers and develop those options. One of the places that they might look at is THC, the active ingredient in marijuana. They might want to look at, marijuana has been known to be effective in easing pain. They may want to look at deriving drugs from that, because marijuana is not addictive. Thanks for listening.